What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh and I'm here back with another video. And before we hop into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell as we're on the road to 100k subscribers. Let's get it. So as you guys can see, my man needs a haircut. We're going to be giving him a fade. He hasn't had a fade in a while, so we're going to get him back right. Right now I'm just brushing through his hair, laying all the hair down to get it ready to start our fading process. So our first step in this fade is going to be to create our bald line, which is going to be our first guideline that we create in this haircut, which is our foundation of the haircut. We're going to be giving him a mid fade. So as you guys see me in the back, I kind of dropped it barely, but not an overly exaggerated drop like you usually see me do. We're not giving him a drop fade, we're giving him like a mid fade, but we still wanted to have some type of darkness going to the back. So right here I'm going in with my trimmers again, but this time I'm using them for a different purpose. I have my trimmers with my teeth facing upwards, which means that it's creating a softer line. So with me going behind our bald line that we created with the clippers facing downwards, it made a harsh line. So with me going back behind it with the clippers facing upwards, it softens it to make it easier to take it out. So right here I'm going in with my cordless Wahl Fade with the clipper all the way open, and I'm going up about ½ inch, and we're going to be following our first guideline that we created to keep our shape the same, and we want to make sure that we go up the same width all the way around, and this is going to help keep our fade balanced. So right after creating that guideline, our next step is to take out the guideline that we made with the trimmers. So to take out that guideline, I'm going to have our cordless Wahl Fade with the lever halfway closed. In some parts of this video, you're going to see me close the clipper all the way closed and start under the line and flick up to the line, and then I'm going to open it right after that. It's called a closed open method. You want to close it to soften the line up even more, and then open it just to take it out. It just creates a better fade for you as far as like blending with your clippers and your trimmers together. You want to make sure that everything is just a smooth transition. So right here I'm going in with my number 3 guard with the lever all the way open, and right here I'm just doing some debulking. I'm getting a lot of hair out the way that we're not going to need in the fading area that we're going to be fading in, so that's going to help with our fading process. So right here I'm going to start with my number 1 guard, creating our next guideline with the lever all the way open, and I'm going to go up about ½ inch, following the same exact parallel line that we created with our first guideline throughout the whole process, and making sure the width of this is even all the way around. So right after creating a guideline, we're going to be starting our fading down process to take out the line that it left. So to start the fading down process, I'm going to go in with my number 1 guard with the clipper all the way closed, starting under the line and flick up to the line. And right after going in with my number 1 guard, we're going to drop down to our half guard, doing the same exact process, starting under the line and flicking up to the line. We just did my whole fading down process just in this area. Usually I would have started with the number 2 after the number 3, but I wanted to separate it. So right after finishing that section, I'm going to go in with my number 2 guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm going to go up and just hit right under that number 3 area that we started with, and just going to flick out a little bit, and we're going to be doing another fading down process. As you've seen, I separated these guidelines up into their own sections. As you've seen, I did with the number 1 open, then I dropped down. So right here I'm starting with my number 2, then I'm going to drop down until I meet that same guideline that we started with the number 1 open. So right here I've started my next fading down process in this section. I went in with my number 2 guard, and now I have my number 1.5 guard on with the lever all the way open, and then midway through this process I'm going to drop down and I'm going to close it all the way and just start under the line and flick up to the line. That's what I do with every guideline. So right now I'm going to be doing some detail work, cleaning up some areas that needed to be fixed. So right here I'm hitting the area right in between the 1 open and the 1.5 closed. Considering that we separated the guidelines, we created like some differences in the fade, so now we're just going to fix it. So right here we're going to separate the top from the sides. We're going to be working on blending this weight line around the parietal ridge right here. We're going to get that out by doing clipper over comb, and then we're going to work on the top, cutting it down to a height that he wants it, and then we're going to do some more detail work on his fade and get ready to do that line up. And as you see guys, when you're doing clipper over comb, you don't want to just put the comb up in there and just cut. You want to put the comb in and kind of slide it out a little bit. leaving the hairs that need to be cut. If you go up and slide out, you will see where the longer hairs start to separate from the shorter hairs, and that's the hairs that you need to cut, because that's the hairs that's having the weight problem. So now we're going to take down the clamps from his hair, and we're going to be working on the top, doing some shear work, even it out all the way around. So I'm gonna let you guys sit and watch. I did it dry. I didn't put any water on it. I kind of got a lot of control over his hair. It was kind of long and it's curly a little bit at the top. So I have good experience with it as far as like the elasticity. When you cut the curls, how it like pulls back. So I kind of pull the hair up to the same height all the way around to make sure I get an even cut, and I did that all the way around the head. And you guys, when you're doing any shear work or making the top even, you want to make sure that you cross check. That means go through the hair from the forehead to the back of the head, and from parietal ridge to the other parietal ridge on the side of the head. And you want to make sure that you just have all the hair even. It's going to show you all the hairs that's too long. If you just pull the hair up in an area, in a dense area, it'll show you. So now that we're done with the top, on the sides around the area where the hair clips were at, it had some longer hairs that probably was trapped up in there that wasn't hanging out. So now we're just going around just cleaning up the edges, some of the longer hairs that were long on the side that needed to be cleaned up. And right here we're doing some detail work. I'm going in with my number 2 guard, and I'm just hitting the dark area around the top of this fade right here. Any dark areas that I see, I have my 1.5 guard on right now, just doing more detail work, just walking down, lightening this blend up, because we don't want any dark areas in this blend. So right here we're going to work on the beard. We're going to start by fading the beard, and we're going to just walk down through the whole process. Right here I started with my lever all the way open, then I closed it halfway to take that guideline out. Then I started with my number 2 guard, and I'm going to walk down all the way in my guard system until I hit every guard, and we're back to the no guard open. Same thing on both sides. We're just going to start with our no guard open and then halfway closed. Then we're going to start with our number 2 guard and walk our way down till we get back to where we started. So right here I'm just going to be picking out his beard. We're going to be doing some freehand work over the beard, making sure it's even all the way around, taking out any loose hairs, baby hairs that we don't want. And you guys, when doing this, make sure you have a real steady hand. You don't want to go in too much. If you have to, you can hold your client's head so you have more control. But me, I just freehand it. So right here is the part where we bring this whole haircut all together. Right here I'm going in with my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, going with the grain across the hairline, laying it down, spraying some holding spray and locking it in with the blow dryer. So as you guys see, I'm using my Babyliss trimmers to do his lineup. It's coming out super crispy. That's why these trimmers are one of my favorite. I want you guys to sit and watch. I'm going to be doing his beard and everything, and we're just going to get him right together. Hey y'all, look at that fade. That thing look nice, and we're not even done yet. I'm gonna go in with my thinning shears just to clean it up a little bit more to make it look better. And right here I'm gonna start lining up on the beard, keeping it natural and keeping it sharp. Sorry you guys for this part being blurry a little bit. I know it's lame to watch blurriness, but you know, it's my fault. Anyways, as you guys can see, it's crispy. We got it nice. Considering like the way his hair grows and stuff, his beard doesn't get super sharp in some areas just because it's not as thick and as full. But you know, as you guys can see, like we got it right. You can see them nice lines on there. We're gonna go in with the razor too, just to add some more pop to it. But right here we're just finishing off the beard, and we're gonna be lining up his mustache and getting that right. Without a doubt, after going in with my trimmers, it shows some more imperfections in my fade, areas that I need to fix, areas that are dark. So I'm going in with my clippers, and I'm just going to be cleaning up those areas, doing some more detailed work, making sure that I get all those dark areas out, making sure there's no lines in this fade, making sure I have this fade as blurry as I can get it. Yeah, you guys see it. We putting in all the work. We're never letting anything walk on my chair not looking good. You know, we want to make sure we put the time in. And right here I'm going in with my thinning shears, just making sure we get that parietal ridge blended perfectly into the top, because that's one of the nicest areas that you want to look good. And right here I'm going in with my Babyliss shaver, making sure that we get all the stubble hair to make the fade and the lines pop even more. You guys, to top it off, I had to go in with my razor. Make sure you guys go in with your razor sometimes on certain haircuts that you feel can be sharper or cleaner. It definitely makes a difference. It definitely makes your lines stay longer, makes them stay sharper, and it just, you know, it gets every hair. The hair is not gonna grow back as fast, trust me. YouTube, look at the before. This man was lost. He was hopeless, but I got him right. I saved his life. But without further ado, this is the cut. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys leave a like and leave a comment on this video, and follow me on Instagram at Joshxbarber if you don't already. Appreciate you guys for watching. I love all the support. We're on the road to 100K. Let's get it going. More dope videos coming. It's your boy Josh, and I'm out.